Are you still quoting 30-year-old movies? Have you said cool beans in the past 90 days? Do you think Discover isn't widely accepted? If this sounds like you, you're stuck in the past. Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. And every time you make a purchase with your card, you automatically earn cash back. Welcome to the now. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/credit card based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
Hey guys, it's Rach. Welcome to your Sunday Pep Talk. This is a little oomph, a little something to get you going as you look at the week ahead and hopefully plan for all the great things you're going to accomplish this week. Let's talk about timing. More specifically, let's talk about the fact that there is no such thing as the right time. There's no such thing as perfect timing. It does not exist. There never has been perfect timing. There never will be perfect timing. The version of you who's waiting for the perfect time, who's waiting for more clarity or more energy or more money or more motivation, they're going to be waiting a really long time. So many people pause their dreams because they think they need the right conditions. But the people who actually change their lives, the ones who start the business or finish the book or run the marathon or leave the relationship or heal the wound, they don't wait. They begin before they feel ready and they keep going even when it's hard. Because it's not when you start, it's that you start. That you start and that you keep going. There is this old Chinese proverb that I love so much. I wrote about it in the last book. It goes, "The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today." I love that quote so much. I had it inscribed on the back of the last round of ball caps that we did for Start Today because I just love the line, "The second best time is today." Think about it for a second. It would have been awesome if you started working on your goal 20 years ago. It would be awesome if you started back then, when you were younger, when you had fewer responsibilities, when you had more energy, but you didn't. And that's okay, because today is still a good time to begin. The sooner you start, the sooner you get to look up and see roots in the ground and growth above the surface and eventually fruit. But none of that happens unless you plant the seed. I want you to think about something that you've been putting off because you don't feel like it's the right time. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That thing you keep saying you'll get to when life slows down, or after the kids are older, or when you feel more confident. Let me ask you, how many months, or for some of you, maybe it's years, have passed since you first had that dream? How many more are you willing to lose waiting for perfect conditions? Real talk? You're not going to wake up one day and magically feel ready. You build readiness by taking action. And you build success by staying consistent. That is it. You will feel ready when you force yourself to go. And you will get momentum when you keep showing up day after day after day. When I talk about this on stage or I've written about it in books, inevitably the response that I get from people is, but what if, and then if and then the kids will be, and then I'll have a little bit more money, or like when we're older, when we're this, when we're that. The time is going to pass. the time's going to pass. You get that, right? Meaning a year, 5 years, 10 years, it'll all pass by. Wouldn't you rather use those years in pursuit of this dream? In pursuit of the person that you want to be and the life you want to have, even if it takes a decade, even if it takes 2 decades. If the time is going to pass, and you know it will because it already has, if you can look back and go, man, if I had started this idea 5 years ago or 10 or when I first got it, if I started working on this when I first got it, where would I be today? Think about that. And then you tell yourself that you've wasted the time and so therefore you shouldn't try at all, but you know that 10 more years are going to go by. So what, now it's going to be 20 years since you had the idea? Don't be dumb. Don't waste your most precious resource, which is your time. Use it to work, even if it's in small, tiny increments. Use it to work on the person that you want to become. I love that I am a runner because running is the greatest analogy I know of breaking a goal down into bite-sized pieces to eventually get to a finish line. If you want to run a marathon, there is one way to do it. You run 26.2 miles, and at the end of that, you've run a marathon. You know that old expression, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You take that big, audacious dream and you break it down into pieces that are manageable. And with something like a marathon, you can break that down into miles or even half miles if you need to. The reality of running or training for a race that you don't understand until you're in it is that the finish line of the marathon, that's not the real victory. The real victory was every single morning when I laced up my shoes and went running when I didn't want to. The real victory was teaching myself to choose consistency over comfort. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, man, I should have started years ago, let me lovingly interrupt that very unhelpful thought. You can still start. You can still start. You can literally start today. And 5 years from now, you'll be so glad that you did. Anything great that you have accomplished in your life, your relationships, your career, your health, none of it happened overnight. It happened because you kept showing up for it. Consistency will always beat intensity. You don't need one huge leap forward. You need 1,000 small steps in the right direction. So here's what I want you to do. Pick one thing you've been putting off. Something that matters to you, big or small, and take one step today. Not next week, not next year, not when you feel like it. Today. Write the first page. Go for the walk. Sign up for the class. Have the hard conversation. Pitch the business. Ask for help. Just start. If the idea of doing it perfectly keeps you from doing it at all, you're lost. Don't wait until you're confident to show up. Show up until you become confident. Your dream isn't waiting for perfect timing. It's waiting for you.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
At Capella University, learning online doesn't mean learning alone. Recibirás apoyo de personas que se preocupan por tu éxito. Un futuro diferente está más cerca de lo que crees con Capella University. Visit capella.edu.